All right, at some point, just about every business hits a growth plateau. And if you're not careful, you could get stuck there. The key is to be proactive, be ready for those breakthroughs. So how do you get to that point, right? Joining me again in this sponsored segment, Peg Burley, Pete McDowell from Action Coach Columbus. Good to see you both.
Hi,
Good to
Robyn.
see you.
I love how these topics typically come up to you kind of naturally.
Right.
Because you were in a board meeting and then somebody said, what? How did this one kind of come into your world?
Yes. Pete, you want to
Well,
explain?
Julie asked for a topic. We thought, well, what a perfect topic. We were just in front of these other successful coaching firm owners from other parts of the country.
Yeah.
And Peg and I volunteered to go first.
Of
'cause we wanted
course,
to get it done,
yeah,
right?
right?
And then we could just kind of kick back. But it really helped us prepare. Preparing for that meeting helped us to focus on our business for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
It really helped a lot.
Which really helped a lot. Okay, so if a company is trying to reach that next level, right, you say there are 3 main steps. We're going to break them down one by one, starting with the process of planning. So what do you want people to do in that process?
So what you want to make sure is you say, what's the state of a union of where we are now? Then you want to say, what are our financials, which most people don't do enough detailed financial planning of where are we going to be, and then dig into the numbers. For example, what's your acquisition cost for a client? What's your capacity per team member? What's your org chart look like now and in the future? So we might do a revenue goal, but we really want you to know your numbers really well. So imagine you're going before everybody and they say, can you tell me what your capacity is of your employee and tell us what their growth plan is?
And they would look at you like, I feel like you guys are like Shark Tank sometimes. You're like, you better know all this stuff before you walk into the wolves, right?
Yeah, you think it was helpful because the reason you want to know that is that board or that round table is there to help you. So you need to have the answers so that they can say, oh, you need to increase your prices. Oh, you need to diversify this team member. And so really, the prep work was really
It was
important.
great. And they ask you questions that are challenging but not impossible. So
Okay.
it pushes you beyond your comfort zone.
And that's
Which is really
where
good.
success takes place. Don't we all know
Exactly.
that, right?
Very
I'm
good. You're right.
I have learned.
Yes.
Okay, and then the other things I want to talk about, because you say to come kind of ready to present with this. And so what's been tried, right? And maybe some challenges. So you have to talk about kind of the history of your business up to that point, correct?
Right. And you have to be prepared to say, this is what I want to talk about. This is what I'm trying. So we did that. We had a couple things. We said, this is the direction we're going. What do you think? And what are we missing? And
Take it
sure
apart.
enough, they really helped us. So if you could create this board of directors or this round table of feedback of the direction you're about to go in, they really help you to avoid maybe some pitfalls or mistakes that maybe you're blind to.
Do you think people are blind to them because they don't, much like you talked about the financials, I guess this just kind of hit me, because a lot of people in life don't do enough with their financials because they don't want to know the truth, right? You avoid it.
You don't look,
so you
maybe
don't.
it won't
Yeah, exactly.
be
It doesn't exist. We're going to keep that over there. And that's kind of the thing. When you're trying to grow your business, you have to know the minute details of everything.
Well, you're in there working it every day, and sometimes you have to stop and take a step back and look at it from afar,
Sure.
and really think about what's going on day to day, and what needs to change in order for me to really grow.
How do you think people, or how should they, prepare to embrace change rather than fear it, than maybe, get through to that level? Because a lot of people don't want to change and grow because that means they have to, right?
Do something
change
different.
and grow. It is
Right.
outside of the box,
You said
right?
it earlier.
Right.
Big things don't come from comfort zones.
Yeah.
They come from pushing your comfort zone, and you've got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Comfortable
If that
with
makes
being
sense.
uncomfortable.
Right. And you
Absolutely.
have to want to grow. So if you want to sit back and say, I'm fine, I don't want to do anything different, I want to be right where I am and maybe even decrease, then you're probably not going to want to engage in this.
Right.
And the other thing is, when you said like it's like a Shark Tank, honestly, we were prepared for that. We're like, okay, they're going to be like at us, and it wasn't like that. It's because
It wasn't
we thought
vicious.
that. It wasn't vicious. It was actually inspiring.
like a dolphin tank, I guess, right? Not a shark tank.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I thought that. And
Yeah.
it was like inspiring, exciting. And guess what? There's a lot of kudos for, boy, you're doing a lot right. And here's where you're doing things right.
And that's good.
It was wonderful. It's a wonderful feeling.
Wonderful feeling to know that. And I know that you guys are well versed in this issue and so many others. And so you wrote a book on it. I like to remind people they can grab that book. They can learn from
can,
it.
for
Where do
sure.
they get that?
So you can go to Action Coach Columbus or go to Amazon and just go under either one of our last names, McDowell or Burley, and buy it there.
Okay. It is called The Honest Truth About Leadership because these two are
There you go.
not brutally honest, right?
Right.
They give you all the advice you need to grow, to be successful, and we love to see it. So
Thank
good
you.
to see you,
Thanks,
Bo.
Robyn.
Thank you.